Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at this very thick kryptonite cable lock to see how secure it really is. I've had this lock for years, and because it's such a thick braided steel cable, which is around 5/8 of an inch, alright, and you can see right here, right around 5/8 of an inch thick, it deters bad guys from trying to mess with it. Now the only way to cut a cable this thick, you're not going to be hacksawing it, you'll be there all day trying. You're not going to be using a bolt cutter. The only cutter that's going to be able to cut through this is an ACSR cutter for electrical cables, and that stands for aluminum conductor that's steel reinforced, and that cutter looks like what you see right over here. It's a very large cutter, and it's also fairly expensive. They do have ratcheting cutters designed for ACSR. They look like what you see right over here. The ratcheting cutter can be found online, fairly inexpensive. The only problem is it's designed for cutting aluminum and copper cables. They're not designed for cutting steel. So if you tried to cut one this thick, more than likely you're going to end up damaging the tool the first time you use it. Now the type of lock that's used for this is a tubular lock. Rather than pick up that heavy cable to show you, I'm going to show you this one right here. It works the same way as an ordinary deadbolt lock. You have a bunch of pins. They all have to line up on a shear line in order for the lock to open. Right here is one of the keys, and you can see the varying depths of the cuts on the end. Each one will push on a pin inside this lock, allowing it to turn. This pin ensures it goes in correctly. Right here, push and turn. Now there are two ways that you could pick this. You can make a tool like you see right here from an Allen wrench. You're going to grind the sides into a square that fits right into this part right here. And it'll allow you to put tension on the center core right here. And then using another tool like this that I took a welding rod and ground, you're going to be manipulating each one of those pins while applying tension, and you do it until the shear line is found and the lock will rotate open. Now the average criminal is not going to be walking around with these two tools because there's something better, and it's in that box right there. Now this kit right here I picked up at Banggood a long time ago, and what it is a tubular lockpick set. And let me take one out. There's 3 different sizes. This happens to be a 7.8 millimeter. So let me just lift this up here. The others we're not going to be showing right now. There's an Allen wrench included and extra slides, which I'll show you in a minute, right here. Considering how ridiculously cheap the entire set is, the tool is extremely well made. Handle, solid aluminum. There's a magnet right here that pulls back. Stainless steel end, it appears to be stainless steel. And there's a bunch of O-rings. Now the way this works, you can see each one of these pins on the end, that's the index, that would go into the spot where the Allen key would go, and there's 7 pins that would go all the way around. Each one of these slides puts tension on each one of the pins, and it does it uniformly because of these O-rings. So you push this forward, and what that does, if this is uneven, it just resets them. So I go like that, slide that in, and now it's ready to go. Because the tension is uniform, it's going to apply an even amount of tension to the cylinder, and it's going to let the shear line be found fairly quickly so you can rotate this and open the lock. Some locks may require more tension, so you would add extra O-rings for more tension, and some may require less tension, so you'd pull a few of these O-rings off, leaving only 2 or 3 to have less tension. So let me just show you how ridiculously easy this is. Push all these down as far as you can get them. Alright, now before I pick this, let me just show you that it does work. You can see it's locked. Here's the key. Push it in and rotate. Okay, push this back in. Here it goes. And it's locked again. I'm now going to insert it into the keyway. You're going to take that pin. There's an arrow. I'm going to insert it and I'm going to wiggle back and forth and it should find the shear line and open the lock. Here we go. And it's as simple as that. Absolutely ridiculous. This cable lock is worthless if somebody has a pick like this in their pocket. Once the lock has been opened, the configuration is saved right on here. You could reinsert it and open the lock again until you push this forward, pull these back. Now it's been reset. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to rate, thumbs up, subscribe, and post links to this video on other websites and blogs. Also be sure to check out my video playlist as well. Thank you very much for watching.